Yo, what is good, y'all? Today we are playing Revavroom EX with that tune-up ability that it can have up to 4 Pokemon tool cards attached to it, but if it loses it, it discards all the Pokemon tools except for one. So we're gonna be pairing this with with Rigid Band. We have 4 Rigid Bands in the deck. We're making our Revavroom a super tank. It's gonna be crazy. We also have 2 things of leftovers just because we can have more tools, and we're gonna have other tools or other Revavrooms that are gonna need tools attached. We play 4 Metal Labs so we can win the Stadium Wars, because if there's a jamming tower down, we're gonna lose, because that will get rid of all of our tools and effectively ruin our game plan. So we'll take 30 less damage with the full Metal Lab. Revavroom's attack, he does 170 for 2 steel and 1 colorless. And during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attack, adding even more to the tankiness. We have Scizor to get rid of things like Cornerstone Ogerpon. I ran into that problem a few times, so yeah. We use the Metang engine to get those metals onto the board. The new Genesect from Black Bolt is a perfect fix for this deck. We finally are able to find all of our stage 1s, and yeah, we can find Scizor, we can find Revavroom, we can find the colorless Revavroom that is another draw engine. You must discard an energy in order to use this card. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, so really good. We've got like 4 Buddy Poffins, 3 Nest Balls, 1 Night Stretcher. We're trying to get the consistency right with this deck. We have Treasure Tracker. Search your deck for up to 5 Pokemon tool cards and reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I just really wanted to use this A-Spec. There might be better options, but I just really want to use this because I've never really used it. And it's a good fit. If you're not going to be using it in this deck, you're probably never going to be using it at all. So yeah, I want to use it. Then we have a whopping 13 metal energies just so we can hit those metal makers. Let's hop into some games. Alright, I get to go first. I think that is fine. So we can get our Evos up. Round 2, we get a Beldum, but we get a pretty good hand. We get, I'll put the Varoom in the active, a Beldum on the bench, and we have 2 Buddy Poffins, which we're not going to fill our bench just in case we get like a Genesect, but let's see what we're up against here. They got some Shaman sleeves that I haven't seen before. From Celebrations, it seems. Or Generations, probably. Makes more sense, since it's Shaman. Pretty old. Let's see what we're up against. So we'll Buddy Poffin for Varoom and maybe another Beldum. Maybe a Scyther depending on what they're playing. They're playing Toadscruel EX. Interesting, interesting. So honestly, we could still get the Scyther because it could be a really strong 1-prize attacker. In this matchup, offset the prize trade, and we'll get another Varoom. Then we'll go back in, and we're going to get another Beldum. And we're not going to fill the bench in case we can get something like a Genesect onto the board. And then we're going to pass. Interesting, Toadscruel. We do have resistance to it too, so that's going to add even more tankiness. That's actually crazy. So what do they play here on their first turn? Let's see if they can get it going. Bug catching set. What's crazy is I actually was I made the Mega Venusaur deck IRL, and we have tabletop gameplay of that. If you want to see it, let me know. I'm down to cover over it and you know, just voice over that gameplay of Mega Venusaur. It was really fun. Toadscruel EX is in it. Teal Mask is in it. It was so much fun. I can't wait for that deck to come out. I'll probably build it IRL. If you want to see that tabletop gameplay, let me know. He gets Teal Mask down and does Teal Dance. And just yesterday when I was playing that Mega Venusaur, I realized how OP like Teal Dance is. Like, this is such an OP ability. He gets Squawk. He's going full turbo here. Discards Iron Leaves, yeah. Interesting inclusion. He gets out Budu, and I'm going to be item locked. So we won't be able to like Nest Ball or anything if we Iono into a what is it? So first we're going to, do we want to attach? Yeah, sure. We'll attach and then we'll Iono. Hopefully draw into something here. We gotta get pretty lucky though, so won't expect anything. And we get the Genesect and the A-Spec. Wow, okay. I said we had to get pretty lucky, but and we did. I'm gonna play our Genesect. We can't, unfortunately, get our Revavroom attacking this turn. However, I think it is, since we're not gonna be attacking. No, we could attack. What am I saying? If we get lucky with our Metang, we can attack. Attach here. And we'll evolve our Metang over here. We do have the treasure tracker, however we cannot use it. We'll attach one Rigid Band. We have the full Metal Lab in hand. Let's go Metal Maker, and we get the energy. Let's go. We can place down the full Metal Lab. And we are going to be taking 90 less damage next turn. Oh, and the resistance, which means 120 less damage next turn. He's going to need a lot of stuff on the board to get some damage. Assuming our Revaroom survives this turn, we can treasure tracker for 2 more Rigid Bands and Leftovers to get some healing going as well. And now you're seeing the beauty of this deck function. The only bad thing about this deck is it actually does get going. However, if you get a bad hand, you're kind of screwed, as well as, which honestly it is kind of hard to get a bad hand. That's not the main negative. The main negative is there's no tool recovery. So once you go through your 4 Rigid Bands, you're kind of done. Alright, so he does have 3 energies over there on his teal mask, and we have 3 over here, so he is going to be swinging for 210 minus 120, so he's swinging for 90 right now. Another teal dance. Maybe we won't attach more tools to our active Revaroom. And we'll get one on the bench going, maybe. Toadscruel, normal Toadscruel. I don't think we'll be too worried about that. We have like 1 Night Stretcher in here. Bug catching set, and they hit 2 energies, of course. They already played their teal dance on the active. And I think they attached for turn already. Yep, they Myriad Leaf Shower for 90. Holy crap. And we don't even have all of our stuff attached. Alright, we get Buddy Poffin. We can Arven. We could... I'm going to Treasure Tracker. Grab 2 Rigid Bands and a Leftovers, right? Yeah, sure. Oh, I could have... What am I doing? I could have grabbed the rest, but it's okay. Attach. This is so fun. Attach. Let's see, where do we want to go? We'll start powering up. What's funny is our Genesect actually has an attack that makes it take less damage. It's like the exact same attack but does 20 less damage, so if we wanted to we could always power that up as well. But we're going to power up. No, we're just gonna Iono. Yeah, we're just gonna Iono. See what we pull into. We get the single prize with Revaroom, so now we got some draw. So probably gonna power up the Genesect then, since our bench is full. Or we're gonna put 1 energy onto our Scyther. We'll attach a Rigid Band to nothing, because that doesn't make sense. And we're going to swing for 170, and we're going to be taking 30 less damage, 120, 150 plus resistance. We're taking 180 less damage next turn, and we just healed 20 with the Leftovers. We're in a pretty good spot. He bumps the stadium, so now we're taking 150 less damage. We do play 4 stadiums though, so we should be able to get that back online. He gets the Nest Ball. He gets Latias. He's going to be retreating, most likely, unless he wants to give me 2 prizes. Then he won't be swinging for as much, so... His Toadscruel will be doing 1... Does it include itself in its attack for each of your bench? But no, it doesn't. So right now he's only swinging for 160. Interesting. He Ionos us and we draw into a Arven and 2 Revaroom EX. He swings for a 60. Let's go. Oh my goodness, this is great. Alright, we have 3 energies in hand. We'll attach 1 to Genesect since our bench is full. I maybe shouldn't have put down the other Beldum, but it's okay. Going to Arven. We can grab... What do we grab? Night Stretcher. And we'll grab... We can grab Leftovers. I'll attach Leftovers to Genesect. And then we can... Rumbling Engine, discard a Steel card. And we don't draw into much, but we can just keep swinging. We'll get 2 prizes. Take off a lot of energies off of his board. And we'll take 2 prizes. That is the beauty of this deck. We couldn't bump the stadium that turn, unfortunately. And there's the stadium. Now we could bump it next turn. Unless we get Iono'd or something like that. We heal 20 more health. I just love this deck. I love everything involving tool cards. I think tool cards are so much fun. Teal dances onto his benched Ogre Pawn. Bug catching set. His Toadscruel is online, but I think it still makes more sense to attack with Teal Mask. But he's not going to. Or that's assuming he doesn't have more energies or more Teal Mask. And he concedes. I mean, our tankiness is too much, bro. He can't do anything about it. On to the next game. Alright, our opponent wins the coin flip. And will most likely go first because who doesn't want to go first? Oh, they choose to go first. Interesting. We'll see what they're playing. I'm very intrigued. We'll start the Varoom in the active. And our Genesect on the bench. Getting Genesect is great. We can Nest Ball for a Metang. And they're playing Polt. Man, do I hate Polt. Ugh. Filthy Polt players. Alright, our turn. What's our top deck? Arven? That's pretty good. We can Arven for Poffin. Yeah, let's Arven for Poffin. We can grab a Defiant or a Rigid Band. It's Poffin. Scyther won't be too useful in this matchup. Get a Varoom and a Beldum. We can Nest Ball for 1 more Beldum. I would like that. It's gonna be tough. Let's not. We don't have to Genesect for anything yet. Or we could, just so we can thin out the deck and make sure that we don't draw into it or something like that. Make sure we draw into the cards that we want. We're not going to attach Rigid Band yet because it has no effect. We can Nest Ball for another Metang, or another Beldum in case we don't hit the Metal Maker. We are putting that on our bench, which is a liability for Polt, obviously, and we'll Rigify just because we can. Alright, let's just hope he can't get it going. I hate Polt, man. I just hate it. If you couldn't tell, I don't like Dragapult. I also don't like Gardevoir. They Arven. I do mess with like Goldango and Grimmsnarl though. Those are valid decks. What are they gonna grab off Arven? Please no candy. Don't attack this turn. If they don't attack this turn, we can actually get it going. Let's see. Ooh, they go TM Evo? Is that what they're gonna be playing? It's actually kind of good for us. Hold on. We just need 1 more turn. We need 1 more turn. I'm not asking you for a year. I'm not asking you for a day. Just give me 1 more turn. Come on. The Earthen Vessel. Let's see. We can get our Revaroom in the active. They do attach 1 more. Uh-oh. If they Ultra Ball for Bolt, oh, it's Bolt Zard. Interesting. Okay, they get Dracluck. Thank you. Alright, thank you. Recon Directive. If they need to get some more bench Pokemon down. Low key. If I were them, I'd be worried about a boss. And they Itchy Pollen. Alright. However, we do not need items this turn, I don't think. We can evolve to Revavroom EX. He gets to go there. We don't have any energies in hand, so we don't have to rush the Revaroom on the bench. We'll go with another Metang, and we'll thin the deck. Yeah. We'll thin the deck by grabbing the Revaroom EX. Want to be able to hit these metal makers. We'll attach Rigid Band. We can, we'll Night Stretch or Metal Maker, and we hit 2. Beautiful. All right. Then we can Iono. Let's see some more cards here. 2 steals, Beldum Varoom. Not horrible. We already played Metallic Signal. Maybe we shouldn't have done that until after the Iono. Obviously, we are seeing that now. I'm not going to attach anything else except for our tools we got here. We didn't draw into a Metal Lab or anything. So now we're going to thin our hand because next turn... interesting. I want to thin the hand because next turn we can Rumbling Engine, but I don't think that's smart. So we're just going to swing for 170. And we'll be taking 90 less damage next turn. We couldn't get the full Metal Lab down. And we draw into another energy. You don't like that. I was going to say, hopefully we didn't Iono them into a good hand, but they get Buddy Poffin. Probably have Pult or something. Another Poffin. Oh boy. Recon Directive. Attach onto their bench Dreepy. Another Dreepy. What else they have? Nothing? Yeah, right. Right, they have nothing. Counter catcher. Ooh, they have to stall. They do have to stall. They could swing for 70. They would turn into a Dreepy. Interesting. Another energy in hand. Man, we do get some draw here. We're going to bench our Varoom. We're going to attach energy for turn here. We're going to Genesect for an EX and a Rumbling draw. So we're going to see a good bit of cards here. We can't evolve that one yet. Okay, I didn't know that. I forgot that I just played it. We don't hit anything on the first Metal Maker. Second one, please. So we could retreat this turn. We get it. So we can retreat into our EX. But before we do that, we're going to Rumbling Engine. See some more cards. Full Metal Lab. Ooh, yes. We're not going to play the Leftovers on the active. We'll put it on the benched Varoom. And then we can swing for 170. And we'll be taking 120 less damage next turn. So Pult would be doing 80 damage to our active. That is like a lot of hits for him to be doing. 80. What's 280 divided by... Oh, we get Treasure Tracker. That's solid. 280... 80 times. That's like... It's like 4 hits that's gotta take. Another Recon Directive. Let's hope their hand's dead again. They promoted their Dreepy, so I don't think they're too confident in getting something out this turn. Hopefully that is the case. Bro, if our Revaroom EX can take down Dragapult, oh man. Then this deck is next up. This deck's winning worlds. They get another Charmander. And they pass. They pass. And we get Boss. We're definitely bossing up that other Dreepy. Or the Dracloak. Ooh. That's a hard choice. That is a hard choice. We're going to evolve into Revaroom EX. And we'll use both our Metal Makers here. Get one off that. So, there's definitely a correct play for the boss here. But I don't know what it is. I mean, it could even be Duskull. But they have 2 energies attached for that Dreepy. The Dracloak is their only draw engine, so it's in between the Dreepy and the Dracloak. I like the well, Treasure Tracker can get 2 Rigid Bands. I like the Dreepy more. Maybe I'm crazy though, I don't know. Alright, we decide to boss up the Dreepy, and we will Rumbling Engine to see 5 more cards. And we get a full Metal Lab, so that's good, and the rest of the hand doesn't really help us. And we can swing for 170 once more. Again, it could have been the Dragapult there, that could have been better. Maybe it was, I don't know, but I don't know what 2 cards they have. We get the Steel Energy off the prize. Recon Directive. I guess it kind of matters whatever they get off of here, whether or not they can get something going. They promoted Charmeleon. They do get the Pult. They can't retreat into it this turn, right? They Iono us, which isn't the worst thing. We didn't really have much there besides the Metal Lab, and that's already... And that was fine. We can just Rumbling Engine out of that. They flip the script, so they are seeing a lot of cards. Pokemon League headquarters. Does that affect us? I thought it was basic Pokemon. Yeah, doesn't really affect us, but they bump our stadium with that. We do have a second Revaroom really just active already. I mean, we have the dream setup. If we don't win this, I don't think we could beat Pult. Unless we had like a Rabska. That's a lot to fit onto our bench. Alright, they're gonna Infernal Rain and Burning Darkness us for how much damage? We've taken... They're gonna be swinging for 270. I think they're just 2-shotting us no matter what. Let's see how much damage we take. 90 less. Oh, they max belt. I still don't think they get it. They can't kill us in this attack. We can 2-shot them. They can't 2-shot us. Oh boy. It's getting serious. 230. Alright. So, I don't think we can do much besides just swing into this. We could Metal Maker our Genesect so we can have another EX Pokemon to get going. They'll probably end up putting counters on it with their whatchamacallit. Oh, I should have saved that for a Rumbling Engine. The Steel Energy. Oh my gosh, I messed up. But we're gonna swing and do this for 170. It's gonna die next turn. There's no point of retreating it because he could just pull. And yeah, heal for 20 doesn't. I don't think that matters too much. All right. It's better for us to take out the Zard now than to take it out later and it be doing more damage. If we can take out just 1/2 prizer and then get a boss. I should have saved that Steel Energy instead of attaching it for turn. That was stupid. We play 13. There's 8 on the board and 4 in the discard. Oh my gosh, there's 1 energy in the deck. If it's not prized. That was not smart by me at all. I mean, we could still get a Night Stretcher or something like that. Rare Candy and Defiance Band. Oh. Rare Candy, the Clops. If they Clops are active, we're probably just going to promote a Metang. Force them to offset the prize race. Let's see what they Clops. Yeah, they do it to the active. That sets us back to 2 prizes. So we only have to take a 1/2 prizer. And they could kill our EX. So we're gonna have to promote a Metang. They have to gust around it. I think did they play their supporter? Yeah, they played Arven. We might just see a pass from them. Unless they retreat into Pult. They can't swing with Charizard. We really don't even... I don't even think we have a retreat option. Yeah, they just pass. If we can retreat, we can win. Let's see here. Let's thin the deck. If there's anything in it. Grab Metang. This is hard. I think we just research everything here. Yeah, I mean, we really don't need anything here. Research. We get Night Stretcher, which can get us an energy. See more cards. If we could hit a... Okay, so we're gonna Nest Ball. We're thinning. We're thinning to hopefully get a... Wait, why can't I use the ability? Hello? Is there a reason I can't use these abilities? I didn't use them already. Because my bench is full? Is that it? Look at the top to find their Pokemon any way you like. I don't know why I can't use those abilities. I didn't use them this turn. We'll grab one energy. Am I tripping? I didn't use these Metal Makers this turn. Am I missing something? Did I use these? I didn't use these. What? How is that fair at all? I could have had game. I don't... Okay, well, we ran into a glitch. I could have easily had game. There's 8 cards in the deck. We're looking at the top 4. And then we're going to look at the top 4 one more time. There's one more in the deck. Assuming it's not prized. And we'd be able to retreat into Revaroom and swing for game. But apparently it's not letting me use my Metal Makers. So that's fair. That's really fair. Like, what? That is so dumb. That actually makes me so angry. We're about to beat Pult Zard and just can't. That's real fair. Do we have any bosses in our deck? We used one. There's one more boss in the deck. That is so bad. Well, you all saw it. I would have been able to retreat into game there. Okay, they manually attach onto the Zard. They still have to take 4 prizes. They Phantom Dive. They're going to take that out and probably put 6 counters on... I don't know. They put them all on Revaroom. But I don't think even with Zard, can they take that out? They probably can. I don't know. Our Scizor swings for 160. What's with these? We can't use Metal Maker? What? We can't use Nest Ball? What is this glitch? Hello? We can't use anything. I'm in awe right now. We can't use anything. Wow, this is crazy. You just have to swing. We're taking 90 less with our tools. Are they all? No, we have 2 leftover, or 2 rigid bands, 1 leftover. We're taking 120 less damage. Bro, that is so dumb. I can't use anything. How is that fair at all? This is crazy. TCG Live. The TCG Live needs to be fixed. It sucks. I am actually so mad. This deck's actually good too. Like, as you can see, like, this deck is not like, it's not good, I wouldn't say. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that could beat it. They were onto a really slow start, but I mean, it can still compete, and the bugs just are showing otherwise. And they're gonna stall some more because we couldn't retreat that first turn. So how are we gonna do it now? Well, we just have to wait for them to do something. We can't even use items to steal if there's like anything we could do. I don't want to concede because this has been such a good game. That was so dumb the first time when we had Metang in the active. 1 energy attached. Could have used 2 metal makers, get 1 more energy onto our Metang, retreat, swing into Revaroom with Revaroom onto Charizard, and we would have had game. So we just have to hope on a misplay. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through this and wait on them to make a misplay. I'll zoom to the end. This has been a buggy game. It hasn't really been fair anyway. So if that happens, I'll let you know. So we ended up decking out because nothing else could happen. I think that we should have won this game, so I'm going to be keeping this in. I'm going to count it as a win because it wasn't letting us use anything. No metal makers that one turn. We had 2 metal makers. We had 8 cards in the deck, 1 energy. We should have been able to retreat into that. Let's head into one more game. Alright, one last game, and they do win the coin flip, so we won no coin flips today. That's kind of crazy. We go first, which we like. Don't think we mind either way, but I like first. Draw into 2 Varooms, 2 Buddy Poffins. Pretty good hand for going first. We'll get 2 Beldums out with that. Playing against Team Rockets. Ooh. We get Treasure Tracker, so I was going to research, but that kind of changes plans. We're going to Poffin. Grab 2 of these. We're going to attach to the active. We could Treasure Tracker for 2. We'll wait to do that next turn. We could Treasure Tracker for like 2 Rigid Bands and then put them on our Varoom. Then we could research after that. We got Iono though, so that will change our plans. Once more, let's see what we draw into. Genesect, a Metang, Arven, Steel Energy. That is pretty dang good. That is pretty dang good. So now we have the guaranteed, I would say almost guaranteed attack. We have 1 energy in hand. We just have to hit 1 off of 2 metal makers, as well as going to have a lot of tools attached with our Treasure Tracker, getting that through Arven, and they pass it to us. This could be pretty good. Alright, we get 1 Rigid Band. We'll attach that. We're going to bench Genesect. We're going to evolve into Metang. We're going to Metallic Signal. I mean, Genesect just takes Steel decks to the next level. Like, this is actually crazy. We'll get 1 more Metang. I mean, I could even see playing 2 of them just because it's that important. Evolve into Revavroom. We can thin the deck by getting all of our tools out. I guess we'll grab 1, sure. Alright, we'll Treasure Tracker. Get 3 Rigid Bands. Let's go. Let's move. Let's move. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, then we can Metal Maker and hopefully just hit 1. We should be able to. Yeah, there's 1. Then I'm not even going to use the other one yet. And I'm just going to swing for 170 into his Tarantula. Alright, let's see what our prize is. Nest Ball. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what he can do here. Not much. Not with that Wobbuffet, you can't. Ultra Ball. They get rid of a Spidops and a PAL Pad. Not something you want to get rid of necessarily. I don't think anyone really wants to play Ultra Ball. You just kind of have to. They grab the Mewtwo. Love Mewtwo. What else do they do? Anything? They have 2 cards in their hand. Team Rocket's Factory. Alright. Alright. Are they gonna move up? Are they gonna... Okay. They move up Genesect. Glad we didn't use the Metal Maker that turn. So now we have more Steel Energy in the deck to use this turn to try to get Genesect out of there. They will Night Stretcher for a Tarantula. Bench it. And pass the turn. Okay, we get 1 energy. We can Metang. Metal Maker. We get 2. We'll put 1 on the Genesect and we'll put 1 on our Varoom. We could Nest Ball, but what for is the question. Probably nothing. We can get our other Varoom EX out. I like that idea. Yep. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. Not overplay it. Let's go with Metal Maker. Should be able to attach anything. No. Nothing from that. We could Iono them. That would help. We can Arven for... We'll grab a Night Stretcher. And swing for 170. Let's go. And we're going to be taking... How much damage? 120 less damage. So there's no one-shot opportunity for them. I'm still fuming from that last game, bro. I'm counting that as a win. I don't care. Let me know. Do you think that should have been a win? Let me know. I think I'm counting it as a win. That's what I think. I don't think they can get an attack off this turn unless they had like a... No, they just can't. Their hand's dead. And they concede because their hand is absolutely dead. And the power of Revavroom is too much for them. Let me know what you think of Revavroom with the new Genesect EX. I think it's really good. It's really fun. If you want to have some fun, this is a good deck to play. Just being an absolute tank. Might be one of the best tanks in the format. Besides, maybe the only one I can think of is Buffalent. If you want me to play that, let me know. Thank you for watching.